Okay, you got the job. You've had day one under your belt as a new manager. But what should a new manager do in the first 5 days? These are some very important times. Get your coffee because we're getting into that. Thank you for checking out my channel, Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help managers become leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. Okay, your first week. What do you need to do? Let's start with going on a listen and learn tour. There's no rock music, there's no rap music, this isn't that kind of like a tour, and your favorite band's not on tour. You're on tour. You're on tour to walk around what you are now responsible for, and you need to be listening and learning. What is going on? Where are there possible issues? What's the overall feel of the environment? Take it all in. Use all of your senses. Maybe not so much touch, but well, that's a different video. But use your senses. Try and get an idea of what the environment is like, what you're getting yourself into. That's the first way that you're going to kind of get a handle on what you're into. Next, you're going to want to meet with your team one-on-one. Now, this may not be able to happen the first 5 days, depending on how big your team is, but make an effort to get that ball rolling. On these one-on-ones or in these one-on-ones, ask specific questions. What do they like about the job? What do they dislike about the job? What seems hard? What can you expect? Kind of just have a conversation with a person. And don't be afraid to share a little bit about yourself. Allow them to ask you specific questions. And don't be offended. Some people may say, why are you qualified to have this job? Be prepared for that. There's nothing insulting about that. You may get caught off guard, but allow your team to ask pointed questions to you and you to them. This is very important in building trust. The more I know you, the more you know me, the better our chances of success. This one here doesn't get spoken of enough. Interview your fellow leaders. Now, this isn't like a formal job interview, but at the same time, try to schedule some time with people doing your role or something similar. Ask them, what's working? Ask them, what's not working? Get a feel for the team that you're now going to be looking after. Take everything they say about individuals with a grain of salt, because you know what? You may not get along with me. But that doesn't mean that I'm a bad person or you're a bad person. But it may come out where it's like, well, watch out for Mike. He's a lazy. I'm not lazy, but another Mike. You may just, there's opinions that people will have of other people. Try your best to take them with a grain of salt and allow these individuals, the people that you're going to be managing, to make their own fresh impression on you. Don't allow somebody else's negative opinion force an opinion from you. This one, pay attention. New managers. Sometimes, no, all the time, don't be afraid to admit what you don't know. Listen, you got the job for a reason. There's going to be a lot of things that you know because you were hired because you knew them. But you can't be expected to know everything, especially if it's a very specific industry, trade, secret, or something or other. You're not going to know everything. And don't pretend that you do. The moment you pretend you know everything, you've lost your team. Like that. And it's going to take years of work to get it back, in my opinion. So don't be afraid to say, honestly, I don't know. And then when you find out there's something you don't know, you make sure you write that down and you go find it out. And if you can, you go back to your team member and let them know what you learned. This is, again, we're building trust. That's, in my opinion, that is the single most important thing that a new manager needs to do, is build trust with their team. Let me take just a quick second to ask you to sign up to the email list. In doing so, you're going to receive a top secret, one of a kind Leadership with Mike video, which has the 10 leadership principles. And I think as a new manager, you're going to want to know this. So sign up below. Okay, back into this video. Next, make sure you bite your tongue. Not literally, but figuratively. You may have ideas of everything that you want to change. Oh, I see this wrong. Shut it. Nobody wants to hear what the new guy is going to do to change everything. That is an employee's biggest fear. The new manager who wants to come in and change everything that they've been doing for decades, for years. It doesn't matter. You will shoot yourself in the foot if you upset your new team right away by all these big changes. So bite your tongue. Take notes of things that you think aren't working or you think can be improved. And these are things that you could be having as discussion points with your team in one-on-one meetings, with fellow leaders. Just make notes of them. Don't advertise all these things that you're going to do. That said, if you must act, if you feel like you have to do something, look for small wins. I've said it in previous videos. Look for little things. What can you do that your team is going to be like, wow, this new guy's really pulling for us. He made a change or she made a change that benefits us, the employees. Okay, I'm going to give them a shot. Small wins. This is, again, I can't emphasize building trust enough and looking for small wins that benefits the employees more than anyone else. That's your in. That's the way you want to go. Just looking for a layup. Just a gimme shot. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to grab my coffee. I know you are only 1 week in, so I better see you in this next video.